Hello, this is Mr. McCarthy. In this tutorial, I will show you how to apply text to your Photoshop document. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that we're working with the same document that I've created in the first several videos. Okay, so I think I'm going to work on layer 4 right now. I'm going to apply some text to layer 4. So before I do that, I'm going to put my layers palette away so that I can see the entire photo. So I'm going to click this little item here, and the layers palette remains out of the way on the left. Okay. Before I apply text, just want to let you know that on your toolbar here, you should, by rule, I think you should always be on the Move tool up top. And the reason for that is you can do the most with your Move tool. Basic functions generally occur with this, and when you need to move to another area, like we're going to do right now, you can go ahead and select a different tool. So I'm on text, so that's what the T stands for. And when you click text, you see that font shows up top here, a lot to choose from. Font size, alignment is here, and a number of other things. Those are the basics to work with. There's two ways to do text. You can create a text box and then start typing in it. The problems with a text box, as you see, is they become confined to the area that you define with the size of the text box. Okay, I tend not to use text box because I like a little bit more freedom to work within the full size of the document. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is watch this. So I'm going to move from text, and I'm going to move back to the Move tool. And now with my Move tool, I can move the text around. I don't want to use this, so I'm going to come back to my Layers palette. Here is my text layer. I'm going to drag that into the trash, and it's going to go away. Okay. Goodbye, Layers palette. All right, so I'm going to go back to text. Instead of drawing a text box, I'm simply going to click once. So I've clicked once, and as you can see right here, I have an active layer for typing. And so I'm going to type out a bicycle rider. Okay? And if I feel satisfied with what I've typed and I want to start manipulating it, I can go back to my Move tool, and now I can move this in any area that I'd like to. Okay? And if I go to my Layers palette, there is my bicycle rider. Let's say I wanted to apply bicycle rider to the man throwing the disc. I could turn that off. Bicycle rider, because it's selected, I can still manipulate it. I'm going to turn this image off. The visuals of this image. There's my bicycle rider. I can still move it because it's still selected here. If I wanted to put this in the center and move the runner over, I could select layer 2 and move the runner over. Go back to the bicycle rider, see what it looks like on top, and there you go. Put it over here, number of different items. This is not a bicycle rider though, all right? So I'm going to turn my palettes back on. This is my bicycle rider. The text layer is still selected. I'll move it over here. Okay. Take a look at this. I can now go back to my text. I'm still on text. I can select the bicycle rider selected. I can highlight. I can do a number of different things. I can change the size, shrinking it, make it much bigger if I choose to. And that's what I'm going to do. I think it's fair to say a little bit too big. I'm going to shrink it by selecting the text again. Now if I change the text, it goes ahead and manipulates that as long as I'm on the right layer. Okay? So that's applying text in the most basic form to your Photoshop document. I'm just going to try something real quick. I'm going to go back to text. I'm on Bicycle Writer. I'm going to see what happens if I don't select it and if I just choose a different font. Let's try Basker. Oop, look at it happening. Okay. So as long as I'm on the text layer here and I move through items on my text palette, it'll automatically change. All right, it's a new feature for Photoshop. In the past, you had to select it before you do any of those things. Let's go for a solid Rockwell. What do you say? Rockwell extra bold. There it is. All right, so applying text to your document. This is Mr. McCarthy signing off.